Well, I'm not hurt. I'm not worried about getting hurt. I'm just not motivated. This is something I hear a lot. And maybe it's something that you might say often. Or maybe you have a friend or a family member you hear say this. But this is something that a lot of people say. I just don't feel like it. I just don't have the energy. So imagine this. What if you could feel motivated to do all the things that you've always wanted to do? All the things that you want to do right now? What if you had that motivation? What if it was just an adjustment in the way that you fuel your body that could give you that? And this is more often than not a fueling issue. And this is where glucose ties in once again. Your brain feeds primarily on glucose, which is something that your body creates after breaking down carbohydrates like sugar. But you know that already. You're smart. So check this out. Let's picture your brain in a profile view. Your brain is fed from bottom to top, back to front. So the stuff down here gets fed first, while the stuff up here gets fed last. And it's fed that way to ensure all of the survival parts of the brain are fed first. So, do you know where things like motivation and decision making and moods and emotion live in the brain? Yeah, you guessed it. Right here in the frontal cortex, which happens to be the furthest part away from the back and the bottom. The parts of the brain that get fed first control things like heartbeat, breathing, liver function, fight or flight mode, and hunger. Now think of any past experiences that you may have had with a low-carb diet, or maybe a friend of yours if you've never experienced it. You probably lost weight really fast, and you were happy with that at first. Who wouldn't be? Now let's think a little harder. You, or maybe your friend, were most likely irritable, moody, your sleep went to crap, you started to forget things, where you put stuff, what you were supposed to do. It became stressful to make decisions. You may have felt like you could use a nap, and you'd space out or zone out a little bit more often than usual. Oh yeah, and again, that last part, you were hungry all the time. And eventually you hit the wall. Screw this. I'm not eating that anymore. Give me some of that damn cheesecake. This is the point when you finally succumb to your body's instinctual resistance to all of the stresses of the changes that you're trying to make and the lack of fuel and energy you have to make them. The massive lack of fuel. In fact, when you lack enough glucose to feed this part of the brain up front, your brain actually has the capability to kind of switch that part of your brain off. And it focuses energy efficiency just on the survival parts of the brain. Not knowing this is a whole nother stress. It just kind of makes you feel like a failure. And so again, I say eat that fruit. Drink that juice. Have your coffee with milk and sugar. Eat that ice cream. As long as you cut out unsaturated fats and grains that get in the way of the burning process that sugar has to go through in order to become glucose, you're good. You may be guilt-free. And oh yeah, remember when I asked you about what if you had the motivation to do all those things that you always wanted to do? Well, that's how. Fuel. Proper dieting will give you the fuel that you need to feed the frontal cortex to make you into a progress machine. What I want you to know is I'm not the only one talking about this stuff. There are many other doctors and health professionals out there that are using this information on their patients and clients every day. But what I'm starting to believe is this is all part of the con. All the information out there that people get as to what's healthy and what's not are given to them by mainstream gyms that get you to spend your money, your hard-earned money, to come in and get some sort of quick fix. As Americans, we're always looking for a quick fix. We want the pill to fix the problem. Done. And fitness facilities everywhere have answered to that call, giving you a temporary fix that dehydrates your body, forces your body to use fat as fuel, and runs your metabolism into the ground, all just to get the numbers on the scale to lower.
But then what? You gain the weight back, and maybe even more, and you have to get back in the gym and spend more money. And they know this.
And then by the time you get the right information, you might be fighting an even more resilient body, with more obstacles to deal with, like age, old injuries, medications. Just know that you're never too far away to be part of the Fit Labs. Even if you're not in the Las Vegas area to come in and train with us here at the Fit Labs, we're available for consultations over the phone and via Skype. And if I know a coach in your area that uses this information, I'll get you connected. So until next week, my name's Peter Pinto. This is the Fit Labs Las Vegas. Get in the lab.